Today we're going to stain and protect cherrywood flooring using a single product, Kunos Natural Wood Oil by Livos. Unlike the use of traditional varnish, applying Livos wood oil is a process that requires the use of only one product, whether you're using it as a primer, a stain, or as a final protective coat. This way, you'll avoid ending up with leftover product and wastage, making your project a profitable exercise. You can also vary the sheen of the finish simply by changing the method of oil application. In this video, we'll give you the methods and the tools to show you how to maximize the beauty of your flooring. If you want a matte finish, simply skip the polishing step. Livos has demonstrated total transparency by disclosing the composition of all of our products. In addition, Livos has positioned itself as a pioneer in the production of eco-friendly solutions that use raw materials that are both respectful of the environment and safe for human use without compromising quality or the durability of the finish. As you can see, natural oil brings out the beauty and the essence of the wood in a unique way. Before moving on to the application stage, know that you'll likely be impressed by how well the oil performs when applied. Depending on whether or not we need to stain, Kunos products cover 3 to 6 times more than varnish. You'll soon see how this product is entirely worth its price. Before applying a tinted oil, we need to prepare the surface well. If your flooring is unfinished or already sanded, sand progressively up to 150 grit. It might be necessary to start with a coarser grain, like 40 or 60, depending on the level of wear that's on your flooring. Use an orbital sander for the last sanding step, and use a vacuum to remove the remaining dust. If you don't feel comfortable using a floor sander, don't hesitate to contact a professional to help you with this part of the project. Tinted oil will have the effect of revealing all the flaws in a surface if it isn't properly sanded. Once the floor has been oiled, you won't have to sand it again to maintain the surface. Scratches can be removed by spot sanding and applying oil to the area, which can't be done with varnish. When the sanding is complete, before applying oil, it's important to follow the same sanding steps on a small sample piece of wood. The type of wood should be the same as the flooring and should come from the same production lot, because the way the wood is prepared and the age of the wood are factors that can have a considerable effect on the final color. Our products are made with natural dyes. As such, color can vary between production lots. Consequently, it is important to test the color on a small sample of wood prior to continuing with your project. Here are a few of the tools that we will use for this project: floor finish applicator with pole, a polishing cloth, and most importantly, finishing oil. We chose Kunos 244 Natural Oil Sealer in dark walnut. It's a very dark color, which will really allow the oil to show. You'll see that even with a dark color like this one, it's easy to create an even, smooth, professional finish without lap marks. We're now going to blend the oil to make sure that the pigments are well mixed and that there is no color separation. Here we have an applicator with a pole handle, which will allow us to saturate the wood without having to bend over. It's important to make sure that the wood is well saturated. Avoid applying the oil with a brush. This risks depositing too much oil at once. As you can see, applying Kunos oil leaves no lap marks. This product can be applied in any direction, even against the wood grain. The application process is quick and easy. Anyone can do it. As early as the first application, you can see how the oil has highlighted the natural beauty of the wood. Although oils are known for drying to a matte finish, with Kunos oils, you can obtain more of a sheen by polishing the surface while the oil is still damp at the second or third coat. After at least 12 hours, we're ready to apply the second coat. As you can see here, the second coat requires the very same product, meaning you don't need to buy any additional product for the job. Plus, this second coat will require much less oil because the wood has already been partially saturated. Applying 2 coats is sufficient. However, if you want to finish with more sheen, you can add a third coat. This will provide optimal protection and will extend the life of the finish. Applying this product is very simple. so it's easy to achieve professional looking results. Unlike conventional varnishes, natural wood oils make sanding between coats unnecessary. If you want to increase the sheen, you can always sand with a 600 or 800 grit paper, but this step is really optional with Livos products. Another interesting benefit to using Livos products is how easy it makes dust removal. Normally, the dust that collects on the varnish that hasn't yet cured will stick to the surface and leave an unsightly grainy finish. Because Kuno's natural wood oil is a deep penetrating product that does not sit on the surface of the wood, dust can't settle in the finish. Instead, it can be easily removed once the oil has dried. As with the first and second coat, the application of the third coat requires the use of the same product, equaling savings for you. Between coats, you can seal polishing pads in a waterproof bag with a bit of thinner. This way, you can use the same applicator several times. At this point, we want to be sure not to apply too much oil. Only a thin coat to finish saturating the wood. You'll notice that every time you apply a coat of oil, you need less and less product as the wood becomes increasingly saturated. Unlike varnish, it isn't necessary to apply in the direction of the wood grain. This means that you can use a floor polisher to apply the oil. You can move your furniture back into place 24 hours after finishing your floors. Try to keep heavy foot traffic off your finished surface for at least a week. Before wrapping up, it's important to take a few precautions. As with all wood oils and stains, Kuno's natural wood oil is not in and of itself flammable. However, due to the vegetable oil content in the product, it's recommended that you put all saturated cloths, rags, sponges, polishing pads, etc. in a closed metallic airtight container, or that you submerge the items in water before disposing of them appropriately. This way, you'll avoid any risk of autoignition. We recommend that you wash your floors with a pH neutral soap such as Trena by Livos. All you need to do is add a cap full of product to every 10 liters of water. You can also use Glanos at every fourth or fifth wash, which will work by coating your flooring with a thin protective sheet of wax that will extend the life of your finish. When it comes to maintaining your floors, all you need to do is add a layer of oil when the surface becomes dull. It's as easy as washing a floor. Add a coat of oil in the evening, and by morning, the floor will be ready. In conclusion, thank you for taking the time to watch our video on how to apply Kuno's natural wood oil to wood flooring. As you can see, the results are fantastic. This is an easy project that you can do entirely on your own. Don't hesitate to send us pictures of your project at info@livos.ca or by sharing them to our Facebook page. See you soon.